Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Why am I doing your job?
This woman.
Mayamba.
Sorry, my landlord is calling. Kaya, what to tell her?
Hi, Lynx.
Yeah, how are you, my dear?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm tired.
Why are you tired?
The weekend was amazing.
It must have been. We wouldn't know.
Nanga, this is my jobs.
Good, then I'm a job. It's just been 2 seconds. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I am great.
How was your weekend?
It was great. Spent it at home. Chilling. Yeah, I was just at home mostly.
What happened to us hanging out? You said you had
You went for greener pastures, so I just realized I'm just your friend for the pod.
You. Okay, no,
No,
I'm sorry.
No, we're not getting into that.
We can.
No, we can't.
Sorry.
We made plans and then you did a 180.
My car died.
It's okay.
So
You're not close to the microphone.
I couldn't make it. I'm feeling shy.
For the microphone. I was good. I mean, people cancelled on me, but it was okay.
I didn't cancel on you.
You cancelled on me.
I did not.
It taught me a very valuable lesson.
And then,
valuable lesson.
This message that you're showing me just now, that's when I've seen it.
Yeah, because you didn't even bother to see my message.
My phone was off.
It's okay. I had a great time on my own.
I'll make up for it.
It's okay. You never can. So tell us about your birthday.
Yeah, that. I can't remember everything. Yes, not because I was drunk, but because I had problems and pressures on that day. That was Saturday. What happened? Yeah, I was working, then came out in the afternoons. Kumashan. 15, video. Yeah, and then from there, I knew that it's about to be wild. Yeah. I was broke. Yeah. But somehow, the Lord came through. You know how I said Jesus was the first buyer? The party, is it the party in Cana? His first miracle was
wedding in Cana.
The wedding in Cana, where he turned water into wine. I consider him as the first buyer. So if he could do that in Cana, why can't he do it in Osaka? And he did it for me. Shaka terrible.
I had a good weekend. Surprisingly, I was not broke. I had money to spend. So I took myself for some maintenance. I got work done on myself. I felt good about myself. Yeah, and then I went back home on Sunday. Then I had to cook Kushima.
Do I look like a cleat?
A cleat?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because you're rubbing it in, fam.
No, I mean, because we made plans. You didn't show up. I saved up for your birthday.
Yeah.
I saved up. I was like, I remember what I said in the last episode. Actually, the other episode. Things I want to do for you, blah, 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 blah. I had it. But then I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Ladies, women, if a man does not show up, we are not priority. Learn from our mistakes.
It's not like I even went to
It's okay.
be anywhere
It's okay.
else.
You had fun.
Said
That's
you
what
have
matters.
seen now.
No, it's okay. That's what matters. Man, you've only known me for 2 months, so I can't be competing with people you've known for years.
You're gaslighter.
I'm not gaslighting you. I'm just telling you. I'm like, you should stick to your lane when it comes to these things. So,
but you're a priority in my life.
no, it's okay.
Hello.
I don't have to be a priority in your life. It's okay. I understand.
I heard we are dating over the weekend.
We were not dating. I mean, someone who disappoints someone like this. How can you date someone like that? To just be disappointment after disappointment.
No, but I'll do better.
And then you start crying. There'll be no other opportunity to do better. Because it's over. It's done.
Girl.
It's okay. I've got other friends. Shout out to Michelle. Girl, your stories are crazy.
I was telling you about my young sister.
Which one?
Marian.
Oh?
Marian. We're discussing skincare and whatnot.
Hey.
Are you into nankane?
I'm not into any skincare.
Yeah, so she's I can say she's launching a skincare brand, but she's got products coming from Amsterdam. So I think I'll bring some for you as well.
Bring. If it's low maintenance, I am in for it. Because me, I don't understand this hype of standing in front of a mirror 30 minutes.
And then she said, there's just so much to discuss. When are we introducing a third chair?
One day.
One day.
I like our dynamic.
So for maybe, let's say, business purposes, the people have been asking me about that. So I've told them at next year. Even her, I think she should be one of our nannies. She says she wants to start with us.
Launching her product.
Yes, I feel like you guys can help me grow and whatnot.
Marin, if you pay, it will show. And first of all, shout out, Saturday is the Danny Kaya concert. I'm excited. Do you like Danny Kaya?
I love that man.
I love Danny Kaya. I've been given like amazing VIP tickets.
I grew up on his music.
May have got VIP tickets, and I'm also supposed to pick somebody who is going to come with me to the show. So if you're watching the podcast and you're interested in spending a night with me, not Vijivem Ganiza, shut up, stop it. If you're interested in spending a night with me, chilling with Danny Kaya, I got you.
One time ticket.
You disappoint me. When I tell
just
you
once,
it's not even
just
the first,
once.
So the first time.
Venue.
You always put me kuwaya, you.
Once.
Am I a
November
bird on a
16th,
grill?
just once.
No, it wasn't. You want me to start giving dates? You want me to bring receipts? People will be like, what's going on here?
It was just once. I don't like to disappoint you. You know that.
You've done it already.
I'm sorry.
A couple times. It's okay.
Even my family knows you now.
I've learned. So what? Is it a privilege? I should bask in it. Shout out to Tabitha. Shout out to Malilian. Shout out to everybody. I love you guys. Nagalo ijapopi enaluma muntu.
But Monday.
Hashtag rabies. I don't know. I panicked. So, let's get into it with our shout outs. First of all, last week's episode got so many positive reviews. Like, I was amazed by how many people resonated with us. Wait, shout out to Mary. She just sent me a hey, and I'm going to say hi. A lot of people resonated, but these are some of the comments I want us to actually get into. Okay. The first one is from this person. Their name is Nana Mutete 3266. They wrote, amazing episode. This was so impactful, especially that you used your real life experiences to dig into this. From now on, I'll be standing in front of my mirror every morning and speak words of affirmation.
Cheers.
This one says, Mimi says, okay, this is a long one. As a chase mate, hearing your stories too about your body journey, I can relate. Everyone that knows me from my school days, I was tall and slender. Most mistook me to be lousy in my high school and tomboy. It's true for girls that have been bullied. It was like my cover for the bullying. She became a tomboy.
Oh.
And it was like a cover for her bullying, and I became tough for hanging out with boys to hide my fear. Now I'm a giant and huge because I've gained weight, but I love it and I'm embracing it one day at a time. Yes.
I think I saw that comment.
You're a thick, beautiful person. You saw it.
I wanted to look at that Nankan. I got distracted.
I'd send links and pics. You know some people. At least maybe he'll show up for you. Unlike us. Another one. This one, I'll read it. Lindsay says, Stu, you're so beautiful, so unique, Oli Chiviongo. You were supposed to be in a Chiviongo video.
Me?
Remember you telling me when we were hanging out on Friday?
Discuss that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Another one I can say is, which one can we pick up? This one says, Solly, Link's eating maize or a carrot. I understand I've been made fun of my teeth and my forehead.
Yeah. Oh,
did you see the video I made?
It's stupid.
And then I put a kabani. Did you see that?
It was very fast.
You saw the kabani.
I saw it. That's why Oh. Yeah, are you
Still, I'm sorry.
That's too hard.
Diabolical. So thank you guys so much for all the support you've been giving the podcast. We appreciate the love. And on top of that, you guys, people don't even know that this podcast is self-funded. We're doing this for the love we have for storytelling, right?
That's it, fam. Just trying to connect with everybody.
Yeah.
Seeing as we've been doing it just online. And you can't hear us, so we thought maybe tizimi kambisako so chabe.
Once in a while, economic picking, we're buying new glasses.
Echi tumbler.
Cheers. Mine is nice. Yours, you bought it from a China store.
You guys want none, can
I bought it from
China
a mall.
Huh?
I bought mine from East Park.
There's China Mall at East Park also. This one,
Whatever makes you happy, baby. What makes you sleep better at night.
Draw.
Yeah. What else can we talk about? I left the games today. So maybe let's play a game today. Very quick.
Okay.
Let's do a game called Yachizungu. I know you like calling me a Mzungu girl. Let's play a game called 2 truths and a lie. We do 2 things that you say 2 things. No, 2 lies and a truth. 2
lies.
2 lies and a truth.
Okay.
We'll give 2 lies and 1 truth.
From you then.
And then we have to pick what is true. So that people can get to know us better. Okay. 2 lies and a truth.
Okay.
So think of 2 things that I lie and 1 thing that's true about you. Are you ready? So I'm going to give you mine, and then you have to guess which one is the lie. Okay. Number 1. I got 6 points in grade 12. Number 2, I met Obama when I was 27. And number 3, the first time I kissed a boy, I was in grade 11. 2 of these are lies and 1 is the truth.
The one for the boy, and which one's the first one? I think the first one and the last one I lie. Obama, true.
You think I met Obama?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded very realistic.
Of all people in the world, may I met Obama?
My boy Brian met Obama casually, Biflo. So I'm sure you could also meet him.
Bloody Biflo. Yeah, it's correct. When I was 27, I did meet Obama. Give me 2 lies and the truth.
I started drinking at age 7.
It's truth because you said it in the last podcast.
Oh, yeah.
No, you did not start drinking at 7. Go continue. Apparently, I cut you mid-sentence half the time.
Broke my virginity at 11. I love brutal fruit.
You don't love brutal fruits. You don't like fruity fruits. And you started drinking at 6, according to you. So I think the lie is that you broke your virginity at 11. No. You broke your virginity at 11. And then, don't do that. And then at 6, you started drinking at 7.
Okay, so I think maybe I should have. So no, I didn't start drinking that early. Yeah. I was what? Oh, okay. So truths. It's how many truths?
2 truths and 1 lie.
Okay, no, so the virginity thing.
It's
true.
You broke your virginity at 11.
Yes.
11.
Yes, we're playing that game at Vavana. Father, mother, children.
You went in. You had an erection at 11.
I was shocked.
You had a boner.
At that age, and I didn't even know what sex was.
Did you not, Negro?
No, I did not.
So
That's something I remember vividly.
I'm sorry, because now I'm curious. What happened?
So, we are playing father, mother, children. With my colleagues. At the time. So, first, there were funny games. Hide and seek. Chidunune.
Chidunune.
And now, the one who's inciting the game, they always wanted to start kuma 17 hours. 17, 18. But abudeila, that my birds are chirping. Then there was an odd van. Yeah. Oh, man. Anyway, may her soul rest in peace.
She died. The person you did the dodix with.
She died.
At 11.
Such an interesting person.
Was she a young person?
She was uninitiated in Anikane. No, she was, okay, well, the same age. Same age, or maybe just a year older. So,
Linksy.
So now she's introducing me to this game. Or, I don't know how it transitioned from Chidunune to Vabana. But Charleston, man. That's why I talk about Charleston. So the girl just, she. So me, I don't know what's going on. I used to be I was very big on football. So all these extracurricular activities were.
I mean, you seem like you like balls a lot at 11.
Huh?
Go on, balls deep.
So the young lady initiates a game. Now let's play Vavana. What is okay? You are going to be the father. Kenzepa plan. You are going to be the father. I'm the mother. Then we had another friend of ours that she's our daughter. Okay, let's play. So, now you have to fulfill, is it my conjugal duties?
Conjugal.
I had no idea what all this was. I had never seen a single shot of porn and whatnot. Phones weren't very common then. We didn't even have camera phones. We didn't have internet and whatnot. So that's when I realized that, okay, we're born with these things naturally. Because tell me why I got a boner when we're sleeping.
You felt like a warmth. Women are warm, eh?
Yeah. I don't know, is it considered breaking?
Did you enter the forbidden forest?
For the clothes. I'm feeling nice.
What, you're in the clothes? You saw you were, what do you call it?
Dry humping.
Dry humping.
Yes, dry humping. I'm feeling nice. I'm like, oh my God.
I think we need boundaries on this podcast.
Yeah, I swear.
And then she was like that, so you're like, the sounds are so disgusting.
Oh man. Anyway, okay, are we going? Is that considered sex as well?
I mean, it's dry humping. So technically, it is, I mean, it's not penetrative, but you were.
But at this age, I think it's possible to bust a nut.
Okay. Can I share my trauma then?
Please do.
So when I was 8-9 years old, I've never told this to anybody. Tezonkalapama flat. I'm not going to make this a Facebook story. Tezonkalapama flat. And then these guys, there were two. They were older than us. I think they were like 14, 13. Someone's already giggling. So then what they used to do is that they were kuma flat kukona kwenze vima grapes. There was like a grapevine, and it was just random. But vima grape vinzo kulila pa mwamba.
The grapes.
So the grapes. So for you to get the grapes, you need to be tall. So these my guys would say, okay, come. Like one will hold you here, one will hold you here. And then they do like this, And then they lift you. Can't my do you know what? No. For us to give you the grapes, we have to do like this to you. Then we lift you, and then we touch you here, and then we go. You remember someone was saying at me one day, I just woke up one day.
TD game for me.
It was to my pigs and to my mounts. So
you're paying subscription.
I paid through my boobies, bruv. I did not know then, but now that I know it was wrong, that's how but you know what? I really wanted grapes. I used to do it a lot.
And yet you show me for liking the grapes, eh?
I'm just saying, no, I wanted grapes.
So at the time you didn't know that's violation, eh?
I didn't know I was being violated.
How old were you?
I think I was 9, 10.
And they were?
13.
They knew what they were doing.
But then back then there was no internet or what. Yeah. I think they were very curious. So me, to my ziva, that's when they did me like that.
Were they big or was you perky?
They were like, me had like perky boobs, and then I didn't know how to wear bras. So every time I'd run, that is the same time when me.
First straps at that age.
Listen, no, it wasn't a third strap. So let me tell you this story before I get into the topic. When I was that age, kati nilikuwa pa maflat pa hybrid pali chinkuko cha meni national statue. Kulivi maflat uko so vitali. My father used to be an aero engineer, so those were like airways flats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pa Casanova pa.
Huh?
Casanova,
Paji. You know those my flats, vitali so vitato. Yeah. So that's how we used to live. And then there was this thing we used to like doing. We used to play at bus driver. You know bus driver. It was a game where you get, the Malayan for playing Waida. You know Waida, right?
Yes.
So we used to do this game where the two fastest people, the fastest person would get in the Waida, he'll be at the front. Then the second fastest person would be at the back. Then us, the Malaysian ones,
in the middle.
would be in the middle, and then it would be on your marks, get set, go.
Bullet.
And then the one who's in front, a bullet. He'll go, sure. Then the one behind is pushing. So we have to run at a very crazy bloody speed. So that's the time when I was running in the middle, and then I fell down and I broke my arm. Banani diaka paka stampede. All that my fats were behind me. They broke my arm. And then my mother came. She found me now. Kupanja na kwanja. Yamini, it is so. What my mother did. She's like, what happened? We're playing bus driver. I was in the middle. I was not as fast. And next thing I know, my mother says, I'm going to teach you a lesson. We don't think I'm Mommy, kunikwapula. You know why, like, my arm is broken and I don't want her to hit the arm. So every time she would whip me, and so pasatako. So like, so she got a lot of my bumps.
She gave you back shots.
She gave me back shot, except butter. Up to this day. Was Susan, I love you, but never again. And then she punished me. And I had to go to school with a broken arm where I couldn't write or anything. You need to listen.
Go hospital, boy. You didn't go.
Because when I went to the hospital, they put me something.
Oh, cheat.
But I cheated. So actually, it wasn't really broken. But it was a fracture.
Unakapita.
That's when I learned to stop playing with boys and to hate bus drivers. Because
that's some interesting trauma.
Every time I say a bus, my sister mukwela.
Sorry, Mwandi.
It's okay. I've healed.
Have you? You still hate them?
Hey, I'm trying not to curse anymore. I don't hate them. I tolerate them. I don't like buses at all.
I get you.
You get me?
Have you seen?
Hey, today you're in pink. Are you wearing Crocs?
No, not the Crocs now.
My Crocs.
Guys.
These look like these will look like a shoe for females.
Are they? Yeah, it's pink. So
somebody
you expect
gave you this, a woman.
Are they?
A woman gave you this.
I bought them.
No, you didn't.
I did. Look, I wanted to balance pink and pink.
You did not get the shoes for yourself.
I did. And then she only had up to size 41 and I'm 42.5.
I can see your heels.
Exactly.
Hanging out.
She didn't have any other Nankan and I didn't know where I was
to get some. Give me a plug. I buy some.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Crocs.
I threw in an advert. Was it today or yesterday? Yeah. She's just doing 350.
It's hard to keep up with you. You post like 30 things a day.
I've reduced that.
And then you wonder why your engagement is. I post 3 good ones.
You have you seen the things you post, you?
I post good things.
Diva, you post a lot of. No, thing is,
diva.
The audience. You have to satisfy everyone. The yours, I was so happy today when I went for lunch in Pick and Pay. I don't know, Mr. Peter. Yeah, he's, I think, quite advanced in age. Followed me and said, you make our days. I was so happy because it's usually the younger people. And for the first time, a man his age, it was nice. Also, I've noticed we have tapped into each other's audiences.
Yeah.
And that's...
Please behave. My audience is really awesome.
They will adjust.
Don't adjust, guys. It's me. Don't adjust.
Yeah, no,
don't fall for this light skin. I told you light skins are bad.
And
I learned this weekend.
Do we still have any more people saying they love me? In your DMs?
No, it's on YouTube now. Hey, everyone who says they love you, I give you your number. Someone shot a short?
Yes, on
YouTube.
In the comments.
I saw.
I love you too.
I was a little bit upset. I'm like, watch yourself, girl. I mean, there's nothing going on. He's my brother, but watch yourself.
What's he see now?
Respect yourself, girl. I'm watching you. I'm going to read your comment next time.
No, but she seems like a nice girl.
She seems like a nice girl. I wish you the best in all your endeavors. Especially you are forever friend zone. You're not never touching. Shilan shinekwa. Wazavi lota chabe.
Me abotenganga, that's what you forget.
Yeah, please. Yonganga can never.
Quick bini.
Nothing. You wake
Spiritual
up, you're
husband rings long.
I can cry.
Just getting clapped in your sleep, wana.
To my cheeks hurting in the morning. Bugs Bunny. Are you as fast as your Bugs Bunny? Carry your bags ban. Yeah, you fast.
It's your father.
Is it even a sexual experience if it's 2 minutes?
Hey. You see, that's the one thing we're not doing here. Shaming.
I'm not shaming you. Maybe I'm speaking from...
Not me. There's other people who could actually be experiencing that. You're making them feel now.
You are not gaslighting me.
I will gaslight
you. Will not. So, today's topic, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
I'm going to get my phone. So, today's topic is adulthood. What they did not teach me. Adulthood.
Hey, that's how it started.
What they did not teach me.
Oh, by the way, my landlord's daughter.
I'm already starting with the landlord. What about your landlord's daughter?
Oh, she said the podcast is interesting.
Oh my God, no. Because
Chanda,
we're getting into adulthood things. One thing about you, every time I meet you, you're talking about how you're paying rent. Every week, bro, you're paying rent.
I pay weekly.
You're not paying rent weekly.
It's a weekly thing.
First of all, what the heck is going on with you?
Oh, man, dear. I don't know if it's rent or it's membership to the house.
How long have you lived in the house?
I know, I've been there for a while. For over a year now.
Over a year?
Yeah.
Wow.
I must tell you, I've got the sweetest landlady.
Shout out.
That's
understanding or sweet?
She's understanding, she's sweet. You see, I think something we don't often discuss is having a good landlord.
Yeah.
They're very hard to find. Especially if maybe you are chedoa caution, but no, I've made sure I haven't chedoed. So you have to create a good understanding.
Yeah, I think even me today, I want to get a little bit personal on the whole landlord issue because I have a lot of baggage I want to let go of. And I had a very understanding landlord until I backed up. And my landlord had to not be too understanding. Yeah. And it went like really crazy. But I think for me, the first thing I want us to get into, to build into this discussion, because we're going to reach rent eventually, is remember when we were in high school, grade 12, and then you finished school? I don't know, you are younger than me by a couple years.
11.
Not tell me, please. It's not even 11 years. A few years, right?
23, yeah. Uh-huh.
I remember when I was in school vividly. I went to private school at the later end. So it wasn't like I would see Kukasisi when they're completing my grade 12. They tear their t-shirts, their uniforms, they go and write obscenities on the wall and what. And then even me, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get into grade 12 because back in the day, as we called it, Socido. Society was called Socido. I remember I would wear my shirt because we used to tuck in, and then at the back I'd write at it. Everybody back then, Mel, were you in boarding?
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah, us in boarding school, everybody had like these two slogans they would put on their shirts. Me, my slogan was rugged and raw. Was that Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Oh,
I think so. Yeah. So like I had like rugged and raw on my shirt. You'd tuck it in, you can tell. So Petnafika grade 12. We're writing the exams would remove because we're now entering society.
The teachers can't tell you anything.
Like, what are they going to do to me now? Like, I was so excited to enter society. Yeah. How was your experience getting away from grade 12 into society, Socido?
Soft life.
Soft life.
Soft life is what I remember because Parianishi, I don't have pressure sana. But then, yeah, I think time I was entering society. For me, it was just football in my head. I used to play a lot of football. My Avondale and Charleston friends can attest to this. And I really didn't have any other hobbies. I never used to drink, actually.
It's a safe space.
I started late. More. Because I remember I started smoking before drinking.
Oh, really?
I was a cigarette boy. Watched one movie where this smoker looked very cool, like a Nieseko. That's how I started smoking. Then with alcohol, with alcohol, how did I start drinking? Okay, so obviously at some point, in my early years, Nija, maybe daddy is drinking, na mwako kanan it's not even nice. Because my dad was a lager guy. And then later on in life, when I started mushe, that was after grade 12. So grade 11, term 3, I almost got suspended. So I had a hospital appointment. I went to check arthritis. I've had it for years. So I went to see a physiotherapist. So when I was coming out of the clinic, Utujirijiri, I remember very well. That was officers I bought. So I had the Mazoe drink bottle. No, it tiram. And those my things used to smell. So I'm hammering. It's tasting nice. And I was supposed to go back to school. So I go back to school and then you can smell it. The head boy didn't really like me. Lucky, KF.
Yeah, the way you remember names.
So Lucky came, grabbed my bottle, took it to the principal's office. This chap is drinking. I don't want to be drinking class. I don't know. But yeah, so I was called to the office. I was called, yeah. There was CP. Who is our CP? Call your parents.
Ooh.
My mother is dramatic.
What did she do?
So when that issue was like, they put all the problems that they had in that week. There was issue of me having a phone in class and whatnot, insulting. I don't know what went wrong. It was really bad. So my mother now, after they called her, she starts crying. We don't know what we carry in our wombs. It's like, is this woman serious? I didn't kill anyone.
Hi.
How man you've disappointed me? No, but Lila. That wasn't around any travel. Like, okay, sorry. Anyway, the drinking, that's how it started. I can't say I have any regrets.
For me, it was in, like, when you mentioned smoking, it's something that I've never mentioned. It's something that I've hidden for the longest time. When I was in high school, I was at a nice private school, right? Now that I'm talking about this story, I won't mention it. And there was this, like, we had so much space, and there was this, like, football ground, and, like, they made the school so nice that they would put, like, this, they would build, like, stone tables around trees, so that in case you want to go, you sit, you relax, you breathe, right?
Yeah.
You can go there or you study. So there was this one by the sports ground, that big tree, that big stone table. That's where I got introduced to cigarettes. And I smoked it. It was like, wow. Then we smoked it again. It was blah. And when I tell you that I started smoking in high school, and I failed to quit smoking until 5 months ago.
Serious?
I was a serious smoker. Sorry for my family if you're watching this. I've smoked for a long time.
What cigarettes?
Dunhill.
Oh, the
Switch.
fancy stuff.
Expensive shit. I'm like, if I'm going to mess myself up, I might as well go with the expensive thing. But I smoked for almost, I can now say 20 years. And it reached a stage where I was smoking after 1-2 days, a new pack of cigarettes. And for me to actually quit that, I feel like 2024 has been the worst year of my life, but it has also been the year where I've discovered how strong I am, because I have quit habits that I never thought I would. Last time I was waiting for you at that at that lodge because we're eating dinner, and I tried to smoke a cigarette and I coughed. I almost died. So I know that pattern is gone. I told myself no more and did that. But it resonates. I'm saying this not because I want to tell everybody that I was a smoker for 20 years, but I'm trying to tell everybody now that the pressures that I had in society are what led me to smoking.
Did the smoking at least cushion the problems?
Yo, me, I used to enjoy a smoke. Yo,
Uka 05.
I would wake up at 5 and have a cigarette at the backyard. I'd sit, I'd just pop it.
I noticed smoking was, sorry to cut you short.
No problem.
I noticed smoking was a problem when I used to wake up at 2 to smoke in the house. Now you see how those things, the curtains
in the
and whatnot.
house.
Yeah, it was
I
terrible.
never did that ever.
Anyway, I've been clean 4 or 5 years now.
I don't like. Yeah, I think one of the reasons that I became clean smoking was because of you.
For real, huh?
Yeah, I
You
can't
see,
say why, but you know what I mean, right?
I've done some positives, yeah?
No, but like, don't beat your horn, Futek. But I'm like, it's something that also affected me, not to do with links, but like, especially when it comes to being intimate with people, especially if you're with somebody who is not a smoker, and then you're smoking.
You're showing your breast.
You test yourself. And I'm like, that is something I'm like it also affected, like, if you're a smoker, I'm telling you this from my heart, it affected, why are you laughing? It affected my intimacy levels because I was afraid to be intimate with somebody and they knew I was a smoker. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I get you.
In that, I'm not trying to kiss you if I have been smoking, because you would test the cigarette. So I'd rather not get into certain situationships or relationships if I'm a smoker, because I don't want the person to be talking about it. So I chose cigarettes over potential relationships.
My ex-wife used to be a heavy smoker.
Your ex-girlfriend used to be a heavy smoker?
Why?
Okay, if you say so.
She was heavy on it. I don't know if she's quit now, but I hope she has.
Yeah.
Because the negative effects it has, especially on women, is it's bad.
Yeah.
It also affects Uko.
Oko. Everybody a problem down there.
Yeah, right.
I don't know problem.
Tobacco has a problem.
Anyway, for people
And
want
I've
to...
spoken about it so many times.
Yeah.
How it affects the reproductive system, your hygiene and whatnot.
Yeah.
It throws off your pH as well.
Yeah.
And I've tried to talk about it several times. Huh? When I say I hate cigarettes,
You hate them.
I hate them. And I'm happy that every person that is in my life, whether male or female, they understand that they can't smoke near me. But I'll give you smoke. Let me, because I'm the minority. I'll stand up.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you guys to finish smoking. That's how badly I hate them. But then if it's something that maybe like you used or other people use to cope with life, that's okay. I won't judge them. I drink as well to cope with life. So to each his
I feel
own.
like talking about this has lifted the weight off my shoulders.
What?
Because Brian can drink. Because now I know that I was broken, I think, in 2024. I think 2024, people have been talking about how 2024 has been a horrible year. Like, for me, 2024 has been hands down the worst year of my life, right? Flickering. For instance, the 1st of January was horrible for me. And it's because I got news of grief. I lost my aunt, my closest aunt. Yeah. At 5 in the morning, I got a call that she passed away. So that just set the trajectory of 2024. And then on top of that, I think I'm going to be very open because it's about adulthood. What happened is I was working with somebody who then ended up backstabbing me, but I had invested all my life savings because I'd been unemployed since August last year, all my life into this person to build them. And they just flipped on me. So I lost not only time, but I also lost money. And then I was going through grief. And on top of that, I think one of the things that I finally become like a motivational speaker was how when I discovered that I started creating a facade of who I actually was, right? Yeah. For instance, I discovered that I was hiding what I was really going through. Rule number 1 of adulthood: if you're hiding what you're actually going through, there's a big problem you need to address. My friends didn't know what I was going through. My family didn't know what I was going through. I would like to say my relationship, I was not dating. At that time, I was like, if I'm alive, it's not what I want right now. But I found that I was going through so much and hiding it from everyone. And one of the people I was hiding it from also is like, I was living with somebody who I've known for many years. I was hiding my financial problems also from them. And so it reached a situation where I was being deceitful to my family, to my friends, and to the people I was actually working around with, because I wanted to give that facade like, I've got this good, I've got it going on. I can tell you are talking about landlords. Was that July, August? finally, the truth about what I was hiding just erupted in front of my eyes. I had been hiding for months that I was struggling because I was prioritizing other people above me and the work that I was doing. One day, my landlord came knocking at my door. And my landlord is like, hey, you need a beer for this story. And my landlord goes, bruh, you have not been paying your rent since March. And that was August. Ooh. And I was living in Kablonga. And my rent was 5,500 kwacha. You can imagine how much, I heard that sound. You can imagine how much I had accumulated. And on top of that, I'm going to be honest, because I want somebody to learn from what I went through. And there's no shame with what I experienced. I was being deceitful to my housemate. My housemate was paying rent to me, but I was not giving it over to the landlord. Oh. Because I had expectations I was trying to meet. And in my head, I'm like, what I'm working on is going to give me money soon. Mm-hmm. It'll give me money soon. And that's something that people, when we're in adulthood, we don't actually talk about. We'll be like, you're pulling 2-3 strings together and immediately, and one day too, it will pay off. Mm-hmm. So I kept on saying, it's going to pay off. So now what I was hoping would pay off, what I'd invested my money in, what I'd invested, unfortunately, my housemate's money in, I got stabbed in the back. So I had to walk away from so much and start from zero. Uko na diandalama. Nenzogona. I was not sleeping. Don't look at me like that, Chicken.
No, I'm
feeling sad. I was not sleeping. I started losing weight. Okay, I was dieting, but also that stress. And then one day I'm at a wedding. One of my best friends was getting married. Uh-huh. And I was wearing a blue dress. And I get a phone call, and it's my landlord. And my landlord is at my house. And my landlord is telling me, my housemate calls me. She goes, hey, the landlord is here. And the landlord is saying, we haven't paid rent since March. What the F is going on? Because I have been paying you since March. The nigga was too stunned to speak. I didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. I'm telling this story as a build-up into the conversation. I didn't know what to do. And I felt in that instance that my life had finally
got up.
Inafika pajapa crescendo, it had hit, and all that was left now was to start dropping. And I started dropping because now my friend, bless her soul, I do not even hold anything against her. Yeah. She panicked because she couldn't get through to me. She called my mom. Hey, your child here. Rentals have been entering, but she has not been remitting.
She called your mom?
She called my mom.
Mad thing.
Mom is like, bro, where the hell are you? I'm at a wedding in my car.
Who's Charlie?
I will be coming. And then for me, at that stage, that was one thing that I had been hiding from myself. It's one thing I had been hiding from the world for a long time. And when it finally exploded, you know what I did? I took a breath because I'm like, finally, this pain I've been going through, this shame I've been hiding has been exposed to the world to see. And I can finally start breathing and figure out what the hell I'm going to do. Mm. And that is one thing they don't teach you about adulthood, is when shit hits the fan, what are you going to do? So, like, for me, I'm telling this story today because I've reached a place of, I finally sorted that rubbish out. Yeah. I finally sorted myself out, and I now have amends to make to people, but I had to learn the hard way to get to being me today. And this has all happened in 2024. So, hey.
All this happened this year?
All this happened this year, bruh. Malilo, Chani, you know what I used to do for work before. If you are smart, you guess what I'm trying to talk about. But like, I was let down in a way where somebody who is your friend, mm-hmm. somebody who is supposed to be your support system, like, police, but I was doing all I could to make sure that this person succeeds. And I had to be cancelled by a police officer who was like 7 months pregnant. She's like, sometimes in life, you keep fighting for things to stay in place, but they don't stay in place. So I'm telling this story because I feel like this is an honest conversation we need to have as adults, as people in our 20s, in our 30s, those who are learning to grow from us. For me, I have been independent since I was, I think, 23. I haven't lived in my mom's house since that early. I've been in employment. I've been paying my bills. I've been paying my rentals. Everything has been going well. Venalo Venachem 2024.
From nowhere.
From nowhere. From nowhere, I was feeling like a Kembo. So when I've told my story, I want now to get into this conversation. I want to ask you, like, what is something that they didn't teach you or that you were not ready for when it comes to adulthood?
Having to take care of a big family with a very small source of income.
Yeah.
That is not something that anybody can ever prepare for. So I lost dad. In 2 years, 1 year.
You said last year?
Yeah. So now the way it was, dad was also a manga. Yes. It's a lot that I learned from him. And then his demise was sudden. Now she make a story. Just from nowhere. And now, on his funeral, you're crying about two things. His loss and the responsibility that have befallen you.
Yeah.
You don't prepare for that. Where your brain forces.
Hey.
Like, guys, me. I've openly spoken about my salary, how much I get. It's not enough even for myself.
Yeah.
But I have to make things work. So now, with my previous, for years now, links, it touches some here, and whatnot. That's the only thing that actually saved me. Like, okay, dad is gone. What's going to happen now? Mom retired and whatnot, so, kind of thing. So, it's something that just came as a shock. It just hammers you. And then me, who's a hypertensive person, you can't show your family that BP yakumenya because of my pressure and whatnot. You're going to be seated, locked away, thinking. Then there's a quote I saw on Facebook. I think the hardest thing you can ever experience as a person is being broke and not expecting money from anywhere.
Chayuma.
Yeve ibaba.
Bruh. Hey. Hey.
That one is physical pain. So I understand people who actually get loans.
Hey.
They don't know how they'll pay back that loan, but they'll get it somehow.
Because they need
just
it.
hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Then earlier this week I spoke about moving out of your parents' house. And
I love that series, by the way.
Big mistake.
Cheers. I love that series.
Guys, if you don't have, I'll say it again. If you don't have a stable source of income and your parents have not chased you, please stay there, stay home. Gatufuna venue, raise money for lodge. Because most people move out for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I also talked about people who say, no, my family is toxic, Shani.
You're toxic. Hey, you said that.
Simply because they want to instill good behavior in
you. Discipline.
You're dressing like a shower in your parents' house. They'll tell you no.
I'll tell you, bravo.
Now you are going to feel, no, my parents, they don't. This new
age.
New age, man. It's irritating. So please stay home. Even gents. Obviously, that's an offense.
Facts.
Somehow, maybe they. I don't know if this has ever happened. Maybe maybe the maid is washing your family clothes. Huh? Then maybe she just. I don't know if this has ever happened.
I think I'll reflect.
Those jeans that she thought were yours, she finds chamba maybe. Kashta for your father. Then she puts in your father's jeans. Then you get your father arrested now. They find chamba in his pockets. I don't know, but hey,
I know. That was a plot twist.
Yes. You see. So you're putting other people at risk as well. So your parents are not happy with your behavior. That is no reason for you to move out. Life is hard. it's not easy. There are instances like in the past evictions.
Yeah.
Those things are embarrassing.
And my
The
one.
landlord never comes at night.
During the day,
They
when
come
the
at
neighbors are
11:34. Like they'll come with bailiff, so that everyone must see the shame.
I told you.
We have experienced this as a family before, and it's something that I don't want to put
On
my
people.
family. You see, stay in your parents' house. You see, so now personally, it has been a struggle.
Yeah.
But I've seen how strong I can be for myself and for my family.
Yeah.
I never expected that I would do this well. I'll give myself.
Because, like, for you, one thing, I think one thing that attracts me to you is something that people don't know about you is that you're very family oriented. Like, Lynx, one thing I respect about you, and if ever I was going to drop in morals and sink low enough to want you, I think it would be based on the fact that you're really into your family. Like the way you talk about your family, the way you put them first, the way you, like, one of our first conversations in a place I can't talk about where we were, you spoke so highly of everyone in your family, but then it made me realize that aside from all the jokes that you crack and all the stories that you share, is that you work so bloody hard. Because you, personally, what I think is, you work 5 times harder than me. I'll be honest, yeah? You work 5 times harder than me, and you get everything that you make does not go to you. You are very selfless in that. And for me, that is the reason why when we talk about dating and when we talk about red flags and green flags, it's the reason why sometimes I feel like whenever I look at you, it's a red flag. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because I'm attracted to the care that you give to the people around you. There's nobody who can look at you and ever say that when you are not caring or you do not put your family first. And that is one thing for me I look for in potential partners. And I see it in you. No, hey, I see it. Hey.
Cheers.
I say it. Look at me trying to get the words. And it's something that's commendable. You do so much for everyone, and you do so very little for yourself. And that is the one reason why I'm so bloody pissed that you ghosted me on your birthday. Because it was my opportunity to prove to you that you also deserve some sort of happiness away from caring about other people. That's why I'm still pissed at you. No, for sake, I'm not a nice girl. I'm a baddie. I'm a B-word. I'm a horrible person.
Ditches.
Yeah. So that is that. So the other thing I want us to also discuss is expectations. You know, like, especially as who are popular online. There's this thing where people think that we always have money. Consequently, and have you ever gone, you as a person, have you ever gone somewhere and then they want to make you the chief buyer?
Yeah. Hello. I laughed at something. I don't know when I saw that. At the account balance, at what my odds. I don't know if you saw that.
What? Account balance got you.
The account balance looks like a radio frequency. Like,
My point what?
So you see, people can think as if you've got money. I remember one time this girl said, "A celebrity at Mafiro Kuntumina Konan ear bando. May I expect you to have money all the time?" Like, guys, they're your child. You know, popularity doesn't automatically translate into being financially okay.
Yeah.
It is bulky.
It's bright, it's hard. And also we suffer twice because we have to hide when we're suffering. You know what I mean? Imagine Baba's links, buy for me a beer palukundo.
You know that? Problem.
You speak Tonga?
No, that's the only phrase I know because I'm usually broke, so I don't have money. Someone taught me that.
Somebody on Facebook once commented.
At what?
Someone was popular. And then someone commented, Links has money. I was touched on your behalf. I was. touch.
No, but this is honest. He knows me. He knows my
Yeah.
financial nankani.
Yeah.
Money is hard to find, guys.
It
I
is hard.
asked early last week, where do people find money?
Eh.
And
Seamless money.
Me too. Where, please. You know, money is not easy to find, guys. That is why I learned something. You know, I was very careless with money growing up. Because you find mdala, I think there are times when Chayuma, as a business person, Chayuma, there are times when things blow up. Akupasa $100. Now you see, if things are in affluence, there's that need to waste because you're expecting more.
Yeah.
And then I saw a problem in that. As an adult, it is important to have a sense of saving. The only problem comes in, like in my situation, whatever I get is hand to mouth.
Hand to mouth, yeah.
I can't save. People will say, no, but you're always drinking. This is his own budget. And I need
Do you have a budget line for
These
alcohol?
are nutrients. It's a separate budget. It's a whole separate budget. Yeah. Because I'm not going to enter family money and buy beer. That is foolishness.
Yeah.
Also, my other principle is I can't leave the house, no food, then I go buy beer. I've seen people do that. You're pleasing the streets before you please your family.
Oh, that's deep.
Spending, we see these things happen. Wamai bako balibevo kuja kunyumba. Iolibizo gulira bantu more. That's where cases come from. I know they say, no, God is not from a village, but even if it's not God, the universe has a way in which it resonates and balances things. There's also that hack I shared where send your mother money.
Yeah, then something good will happen. Does that work for you?
Money comes. Send Valerian something. Is she? Somehow. I was broke. Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Also, Baba Croc. Shout out to Baba Croc.
Baba Croc.
The albino crocodile that I always share.
The albino.
Yes. So I don't know what page
that.
that was. Sometime last year. I think you're 2 years, sharing that photo.
Yeah.
Just sharing that albino crocodile photo is for fortune and whatnot. And I can testify, maybe it's just coincidence. Every time I share that photo, Oloninkare broke bunch na bunch. Something.
Oh, I'm sharing that you bloody albino crocodile tomorrow.
They was broke. And then from nowhere, Amstel. Is it Amstel? What's our one? The one where?
Which one?
Heineken. That deal. No.
Which one? Yet
enough for last week.
2 weeks. We've already spent that money.
That's good.
That is not good, you psycho. We've blown that money.
It's gone.
Already.
I haven't even bought an outfit for that event, but guys,
please buy an outfit for that event.
They did godly things.
They did godly things. Broke. But even me, I was food sake. I was even pushing for you on the side. I was telling you this. This one hasn't done that.
Yeah,
this one did that. Huh? Because I'm money oriented.
I didn't know your friend's a Chama.
Who?
Chama.
The girl. No, she's on the page.
Chama. The one from...
Yeah, she's on the page. I've never met her.
Oh, you've never?
No.
Oh.
A lot of people like me and follow me.
She was my senior at school.
Really? Kwamere kwa mnaenda?
Huh?
Kwamere kwa mwenzo kwa skolo?
Chama in high school chato.
Chano hicho. Oh, me no.
So, I saw her at the Heineken Nankan.
Oh, that's why she called you by your name.
Yeah. After many, many years.
Mr. Lingu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such an interesting girl. Well, we've diverted so much.
No, it's okay.
What was I discussing?
You're discussing about the pressures and... What are you saying? Okay, I'm drinking from a goblet.
That's one big
You know when you pour like the bottle, when you pour the bottle, it's half a bottle here. So when I tell you that this is my second bottle, do not judge.
Serious?
Yeah, but then...
so I was talking about...
You're talking about expectations.
And how to treat your family before you go out there.
Before you do, and they'll buy no crocodile.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing that I've believed in right now is do everything to see to it that all is well for you and your family.
Yeah.
You see? The things that I cannot do are things that would ruin my health or their health.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's my rituals, my child to ruin them because it is me to sacrifice them. problems. Thus, on my health, I have to engage in illicit behaviors for me to make money, which no. If there's one thing that
you're not good at that,
man,
you can't do crime.
I love my health.
You love your health.
Harsh, man.
Respect.
The only things that I have, there's arthritis, which I've had since I was a boy. I don't know why, because these are old people diseases, and also hypertension, old people diseases. So I'm hoping these can be the only things I have to deal with. But it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think, like, for me, one thing that I feel a lot of people are not really honest about is how, even when it comes to Zambian society, right, we have different upbringings. And for me, as somebody who was raised in a village until I was 6 years old and given an opportunity to come to Lusaka, right? And I've been raised by the most amazing person in my life, my mom. I even did it. She's not my real mom, but she's taken me on since I was 6 years old. But my mother worked in such a way that she helped create a safety net for us so that we could have the privilege of exploring. This is something that is very unique in Zambian society. It's now more prominent with Gen Zs because now my friends, my age mates have children. I'm late in life. Sorry, no F word. I'm late in life. I don't have children. I've never been pregnant. I don't even know if I'm capable of being pregnant. That's how much I'm afraid of getting fertilized. Like, it's that deep. Like,
that can be arranged.
No, it will not be arranged. Like, I don't want to explore that. But you find that the conversation that people don't have is there's a population of people who I feel are privileged enough to have been raised in the new age Zambia, whose parents have been able to provide everything that they want for them and given the choice to be who and what they wish to be. You know that people who come from families where your only option is to either be a teacher or a nurse. You know that, right?
Serious?
Yes, because those are professions, correct me if I'm wrong, but those are professions that are definitely going to give you earning power in the next couple of years. You finish your course, they'll always want teachers, they'll always want nurses.
I just know the one for doctor and engineer.
Doctor and engineer is now a step forward. It's a step further when your parents are able to actually be economically strong enough to make you build into your dreams. This whole thing of, I'm going to be a doctor or what, it's very rare. But majority of the dream that people are sold in the middle income range is you have to be a teacher or you have to be a nurse. So you find that then there are people like me, I won't even lie, who are privileged enough to have parents who are like, you can be whatever you want to be and we are there to support you. So you're like, like for me, people don't know. When I was 18, I wanted to be a lawyer. and then it changed goalposts.
You'd have made a very good point.
Because I was given the privilege of economic stability to choose. And it was good, but it also messed me up in that I had so much privilege, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And when finally I'm like, I'm going to be this, everybody's like, you're now just acting like a privileged brat, you know? So that is something that we don't talk about when it comes to how the Zambian economic landscape is built and how there are people who are privileged enough to get certain things. But then there are also people who have all that opportunity but have thrown it away. There's this thing called the Roma, I don't know what you call it, like Roma, like people from Roma. Do you know, have you heard about the people from Roma? How these people, not even me, I was privileged enough, but it was just privilege. Them, they came from economically empowered households.
I just know Olympia.
Roma, Olympia, Kalundu. These are people whose parents did so well, way above what I'm talking about. Their parents were ambassadors, they were ministers, and they were given the opportunities to go to like Canada. They were given opportunities to go to China, to the US, Malaysia. I looked at Malaysia there. Malaysia, right? But they did not take advantage of those opportunities. Do you know what they came back with? Hashtag rest in peace, Bob Nkosha. It's my favorite Bob Nkosha joke. They only came back with goners. You're gonna za. Oh, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I'm gonna make a plan in the morning. They came with Namagona. They came with nothing but an accent. But these are people who were given that opportunity. And now, these are friends who are struggling in society, but they came from affluent upbringings, but they feel like they are still in their prime. They are still speaking in a way that is like, oh, respectable, but they have nothing.
And those
are conversations we don't have. Yeah. That we have friends who have been given the best that life has had to offer, but they didn't take those opportunities. And they're back here.
Is there a second chance for those people?
Second chances are always available.
Okay, but then not when your parents are no longer affluent, or maybe they have passed now.
Bruh, there are people, you are a hustler at Tabanga. Me, I've been in that position. I can tell you first-hand experience. I've seen people who have come from similar backgrounds like me, who are still living in their parents' houses. They're just waiting for their parents to die, bruh.
So they can
inherit. And then this is somebody who's like, I can't drink black label, say that beer is whack. Nigga, what could pick it and see my patience?
I think my favorite orphan is
favorite orphan?
Uncle Simon.
What's that? Which one?
Inheritance.
We're not saying.
I love how that man has managed everything.
He has, right?
And you see how much hate he gets on the internet. It's because they're not used to that mindset. When your father leaves you something, you waste it away.
Imagine if you had the opportunity that some of the other people have right now. You'd be a kamakachu. But now it's giving Uncle Solomon.
Linux. No.
You know Uncle Solomon? You know Uncle Solomon?
Which one?
Pastor Solomon. If you continue to give temporary solution.
That man needs an album, I'm telling you.
The poorest of the poor. Yeah, like, those are things. But for me, what I wish I was taught was, guys, once you reach a certain threshold, these bills don't stop coming.
And they worsen.
Yeah.
They worsen. Links, why aren't you married? Links, why don't you have
How are you marrying, bruh?
The pressure they have.
Can you afford to get married? Lobola 50 pin, Iwolina, your 50 pin, pano. Huh?
Kwachira junk. Well, it's 50 pin, but. No, it's so much I put into consideration. Marriage is a beautiful thing, but just not for me. Because I don't think I'll ever reach a time when I will say, okay, no, it's time for me to get married. Marriage eats your beer money. That's what I know. Get a budget, yamo. No. Babe, where are you?
What are you doing,
You're having
baby?
a blast. Babe, what time are you coming home? It's late. Even a simple girlfriend, I can't.
Are you afraid of marriage?
No,
or the commitment that comes with marriage?
Not
knowing
really
that you're going to be financially liable to somebody.
There's that. I was talking to Mom just yesterday. She was shouting at me. So on my birthday, there's that thing for spilling each other water. So when she's spilling me water, she blesses me, Shani. So she raised two things again. I'm still waiting for a wife. Now, in that moment, I don't know if I have to reverse her blessings because we're about to have a scrap. Continue with your ceremony. Why are you talking about things that I've taught you about? You see? I'm always happy to hear, no? Or even my wedding, Shani. That's so nice to see. You see? So I've realized that we all have different what do you call it? Different journeys.
Yeah.
Me personally, there are no women in my life, in my future.
That you are going to expose to people around you.
What do you mean?
Gone.
Why won't come Birako?
Sorry. There are no women in your life.
You know, I've said this several times. There are no intimate relationships in my future.
Yeah.
Because I know I am liable and I'm supposed to be responsible for another person's
child. Yeah.
You see? I do not want to be in a position where I'm telling her, I told you I didn't want this. You see? And I keep saying this all the time because I don't want to be that person. I know Links led me on, Links did what. No. me, I'm very candid and open about certain things. I was saying, me, I don't like relationships. I don't like because I know the financial responsibilities there. So at no links, in case you start making more money, would you consider this?
No. That's a good question. Wait, so if you actually had enough money where that you felt that you were cushioned economically, you would still not go for it?
Polygamy. I can do that. Instead of cheating, marry the other girl. It doesn't count as cheating. Both are your wives. You're loyal to both of them.
Really?
But I might have 3 wives in the near future. If I had to consider marriage and my financial status is Zwa, yes, I can do that. I've got a very big heart. I can accommodate 3 hands. I think I've mentioned this before.
You have mentioned it before, Mr.
That is too big to have one person.
I think, like, for me, when it comes to relationships also and adulthood, and what I have discovered is I don't like people who have similar backgrounds in me, coaches, as me, because I feel like they take for granted what life has to offer. They are, it's going to be okay in the morning. I'm attracted to hustlers. I'm attracted to people who have come from struggle and built themselves. And they have got this thing where they've finally presented themselves in such a way that they're like, this guy, right? Shem, he's trying and he's here. And it's something that I failed to find. As a woman who, I'm not going to say that I'm stable, like from those things I said earlier on. All that rent problem, the debt issues I had in 2024, I sorted that rubbish out in 3 days. 3 days I was able to raise the money. I was able to pay my landlord almost 30K.
That's impressive.
I was able to pay people who I owed money. Cleared everything to the stage where like I had nothing, but I was okay. And that is something that people my age cannot even, I'm being honest, people my age cannot be proud enough to say that they're not debt free, you know? Even now, I just have like a debt of 3 pin that I've been delaying to pay because I'm scared of paying it. Because when I pay it, I'll be like really debt free.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, what the hell do I do with myself? But like, when I look for even potential partners, I look for men who are at the verge where they are trying their hardest and they just need that one extra push to get them where they are. I'm not saying I'm Bob the Builder, but I'm someone who recognizes potential. And I recognize people trying to do better for themselves. And I want to be there. But like, I've never found men that are worthy to tap into this. Because me, I feel like if I was to find a man, I would not build you, but I will support you. And we are going to raise an empire. I'm not looking to...
You're a proper target for Mario's, you.
Me, I am. I know. They try. You.
They're watching and they're excited. Hi, Bo.
Peter, got you. But my point is that I am stable enough within myself to know what I bring to the table. And I offer it to men, but they're too afraid to take it. I'm not one to look down on a man, right? I don't want to look down on a man like, you come from whatever, or you come from, for instance, Kawata. Can people like to Kawata? Why do we like dissing Kawata? I like the word Kawata. You've come from Kawata, ne? And then they're like, you can't be with a person like me. But they're afraid. Or you give your all to these men, you help them, you set a trajectory for them, and they leave you for somebody who is just going to be a trophy wife.
Yes, somebody actually asked that question. Where women, Bob the Builder. Like, what really happens when you try to build a man? There's a switch, there's a change in their interests when they're broke and when they start having money.
That's
what happens to men?
A man.
Do they want?
Rubbish.
Do they really want the baddies, or it's the money that tumfias them to go for a different kind of women?
Men are never going to be honest with themselves and confess that they are gold diggers. Everything, these flipping narratives when it comes to women, it's always all women are gold diggers. Men, you never hear a man being called a gold digger. But they are the worst god diggers because they know how to smell money. They know how to identify women they're trying to get with. And when they get these women, they know the right buttons to press so that these women are at their core, front and center. Men, you even know.
I pray to God the woman never says this about me.
No, it's the truth. Because personally, I know a lot of women have experienced it. They know what to say. They know what to do. They know what they want from you. But they're just using you as a stepping stone for better and for greater. And that's why I might even try to warn women. These two men you're trying to stick with, oh, that's my man. I'm going to stick beside him.
My
man. That command, when he gets where he wants to be, he's using you as a stepping stone to get to the glory he feels he deserves. He'll leave you.
Baby, look, lend me some 5-pin. There's something I'm waiting for.
Tipasa.
By next week, I'll give you.
I'm even
in fact, I'll give you double.
Tipasa.
You see?
Me have been in that situation before where I'm like, I want this man to like me so much that I have got my shit together.
You buy
right?
love.
Huh?
Do you buy love?
No, it's not buying love.
It's buying love.
How dare you? No.
What's summarizing this
Listen. I've got my shit together. And my nigga does not have his shit together. Right? And I want to help him get his shit together. But they take advantage of that. They do. I'm tired of I feel like every time I have these conversations, almost like I'm playing victim. But they do, And these men understand that there are women even like me, like I'm being honest about this, who are so interested in finding love and relationships that we settle for men who do not deserve to even get a high. We settle for men who are like, oh, ma'am, like sometimes after a relationship ends, you are in bed. Girl, there's a girl here. You're like, what the hell was I thinking with that person? That person does not even deserve to see me crying. They do not deserve to see me begging. But why did I have to feel that I had to put myself in a self-imposed bottle to please them?
Women
are suffering. We're going through the most, And these men, they will get everything you want. They'll get everything that is of you. And then they leave you with nothing. They drain your cup, right? And then you'll be there crying, saying that he used me. Did he really use you? Or you are afraid of being alone?
He did not use you.
He did not, right?
Because in that moment, I think the only way that usage is applying is the resources that are being spent. We cannot say, maybe if sex is the only thing on the table.
Yeah.
I've seen women, no, he used... You guys were having sex. A mutual thing that happened. It's not like...
I hate it when you do your laugh. I know it's something diabolical coming.
It's a two-way thing. I've said this before.
Yes.
Both of you are enjoying this thing.
Yeah.
In fact, you even rode him. You're on top. I was using you. My boy was just underneath you. No. Nonsense. No, I'll speak for my boys now. Guys, you didn't use her. Used each other.
No, they use us.
When it comes to financial problems, yes, you will find that, mommy, can I use your car? Mine has broken down. He doesn't have a car even. You give him the car, even fuel, you ask from you. Then he's running errands.
With other girls in your car?
Not with other girls. The errand is the other women. He's making sure. But anyway, we've delved.
It's part of the conversation. Because, I feel like one thing that society teaches women, right, is that we always need to get our acts together. Because the world is not soft on women. So you find that majority of women, they're studying well, they're going to school, they're getting things right. By the time you're meeting her, she's well polished, right? Yeah, right? I'm talking to a woman. Well polished. And you come in, you've been given the opportunity of effing up a couple times. You come in with your sagging jeans, your pink shirts, or whatever, and you speak with your light skin privilege, or some random shit. Listen, I'm just going to give you examples. And the girl is like, oh, this person, he's speaking the language that I want. I think he's the one. And then we find ourselves in these situations where or these men who do not deserve to listen to us. But we feel that men also have this tendency of making women feel like we're overachievers. We're not overachievers. We're just doing what's expected of us by society. And we have attained what we want. But we are being met by men who are inexperienced, by men who have been playing, or by men who have not taken life as seriously as we have been trained to take it. So we're being met with immature men, immature boys. And they come to the table, and then we have to then adjust ourselves, or we have to create a leeway for them to jump on our flipping trampoline to meet us at our stage. But they do not even deserve that. No, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, at the stage, then we have women who are pretending to not meet targets that they have already met, so that men can be more... there are men who be like, I can't date a woman who earns more than me. You were playing, you were chasing Jessica, you were chasing Mwansa, you were chasing Chisenga, you were chasing Wugala, except the woman you're supposed to be with. And you've met this woman prepared for life when you are not prepared for life. And then all of a sudden, it's our fault we're investing in men.
Life needs a balance.
Could have been a balance.
Serious man, serious woman.
No.
Yeah.
No,
but I've seen men who've actually transformed into serious men because of how hard the woman was on him. That's okay. No, those are very few, but very few. Encouraging actually, because he might have lost his way because of poor home training, poor bringing and whatnot. And then he meets a woman who actually puts him in line. But those things are rare anyway.
Women are not garages for men who are badly raised.
For some, they can actually fit as garages. You need to help fix certain men. What if I'm an orphan?
No. Listen, there's a difference between a man that has come from a place where he's not privileged enough, but he's giving his all to be better. Then there are men who have come from privilege and they have not actually taken advantage of what they have, and now they expect women to take care of them.
Mommy's boys.
Mommy's boys.
A lot of them.
Me, I know a man who is, listen, I'm in this situation in my life and I'm trying my hardest to get to this stage. I recognize the hustle. But not a man who just coming to speak with my slang. I was bookie. You know, when I was in Canada.
That's cringe.
He was in Canada 20 years ago.
No, but can I just... Okay.
What?
You know, there's a language. Lingo. That one for bookishan. A man over 35. Over, maybe in his 40s. Exe buta. That's a lot of... I think that's the first red flag.
Red flag. I even know women who are falling for men because of fancy accents. You have to mind men who speak properly.
No, I use normal language. When I say lingo, it's UAL, not lingo. For your buddies.
Yeah, Chani Peter, UAL.
LINGUAL. Lingo.
Lingo. Not lingo.
No, I don't use lingo. I use lingo.
You use lingo.
I like to speak Nan. But you see, like I told you, I like to appeal to different Nan age groups and whatnot. So you see me use Buki, the Yobali language and whatnot. That's not who I am, because I've seen boys. Murod. Is this on? Excel. No, that's
your age.
Me and my father. I'm not best one.
At your age.
And this guy Yobali is greeting me like that. Guys, stop. I'm not your age, mate. Oh man, nimavutika.
Wait. So now I wanted to look at some other talking points. The other thing I want to talk about is separating chills and thrills. Like when you are like, I feel like me and you, I think we also resonate with each other because we're trying, right? We are pushing so hard to be our own people, and we go through so much. But we are trying, right? But there's something that sometimes people don't understand. That's why I'm talking about chills and thrills. Yeah. In that, you have friends who don't understand that your financial situation is not where it's supposed to be for you to meet them at parties where, for instance, you need to dress up in, oh, there's a theme. Like one thing I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to raise my glass to this. This thing of where, especially women, they'll invite you to a million chews. I think men, you don't have that pressure. Today we're going to have a picnic and you all have to dress in pink, right? The color is baby pink or lilac. And you need to go and buy a bloody outfit that's lilac.
Lilac is which color now?
Lilac, it's the godchild of purple. It's like a baby purple.
It's in the alphabet.
It's light.
Lilac.
It's between purple and violet.
It's okay.
You know?
Might just not pink.
They'll tell you, oh, the theme is lilac. Like sometimes friends don't understand that you have hit a rough patch. And you can't be the person they expect you to be. They want you to come up for a show when you have no talk time. You have no money for a yango. You have no money for gas or electricity or what. And it's so difficult because people don't understand that when you reach a certain level, we are not the same financially.
At all.
So, like, why do you want me to come and attend a lilac-themed party when I haven't eaten? Or I'm trying to find money to pay for the gas so I can clear the gas bill. You get what I mean? And that's something that people never see.
Wedding committees as well.
Wedding committees.
Bro, do you have like a 500 to spare? Can I add you to my...
Your thing. Do men also ask men to join the committees?
They do. And
Really?
I don't have anything against that, guys. I understand that, yes, there's money to be raised and whatnot. But I don't have money. I usually don't have money for committees.
For you to go and have sex legally?
I don't have, to be honest. It's not like I'm not a good friend or true friend, but guys, Tandi just see Mali again.
Is your priority to, do you ever stop and you're like, is my priority actually to make sure this Negro gets married and he gets the wedding of his dreams when I'm suffering?
He's my boy. He's cheating. He's been cheating on this woman for a long time. He's asking me for committee money. So that you can cheat some more. You don't listen. You know.
Really? For women, it's always a theme. There's always a chitenge or a fabric we have to buy.
Yes.
These things can cost you a good 3-pin, 4-pin just for you to show up for somebody.
Again, I had this chat not so long ago. Okay, but that time for the same committees. I'm not sure the idea behind them. Yeah, but I'm sure. Okay, maybe it's to meet certain needs and whatnot. I've never been married before. I would like to know. Maybe they can mention in the comments what a committee is for. Is it that you are not able to meet all the costs of a wedding, or?
I think it's just like a cushion to help you, like, reach what you want.
Okay, I've never actually gotten the idea.
I think committees were nice when your friends were actually the people in your committee were actually your friends.
They're willing to do it to assist you.
Exactly.
But what we have now are demands.
It's demand.
I have opened a committee. Guys, you have to contribute my 500.
I haven't spoken to you since 2008 in high school. Hi, Stu. Do you want to be in my committee? Like, bruh. Anyway, Ndani. Remember, like...
You've never experienced this since...
People have. These are recently married. I see photos everywhere.
Where from nowhere? You haven't spoken to this person. You have never said a single hi to you.
10 years.
Ai safye ni nguru shakwe. Boy. And you know how much I don't like to budget yamoba. Boy, I need you on my committee.
Now you came.
Poshapo. Yeah, kwa nakatushinga 2 years. Now, somehow.
And you have what pisses me off about the women committees. You get in the committee, you pay your 500, you buy the fabric. One, they don't invite you to the wedding. And then number 2, they'll go online and be talking about rubbish like single women, you need to get your act together.
They start showering you.
You're not serious.
Then you go to Nankane. At the kitchen party or the Nankane, the actual event. 1, they haven't bought the beer that you drink.
0.
2, they give you a wing, a malnourished one. No, relish is done.
Cold rice. cold rice. Like, why do people do that?
Party committee was actually supposed to get a big bite because
So much naive. And then they expect you to be, oh, it's okay. And then they'll start also, for us women, it will be the whole, you go online, there's always going to be that, Vakashana. You're like, I'm the reason you're sleeping on a king size.
This was turned into a venting
Bitch,
session.
I got your fridge. Why are you roasting me now? You are not serious. No man will marry you because you drink a lot. Because you used to smoke.
Now, if we speak, these are our friends. We know them very well.
Mukalandapo.
You are hiding.
You are hiding.
A lot of things.
The resources.
You said kakamba, I say.
All of a sudden, like, I'm like, damn it. Who says that just because I'm old, I need to contribute to these kitchen parties? The worst in me that hurts me. You know what? You know yourself. I'm going to tell this story. This person, she made me go through the whole process of helping her come up with a color scheme for a wedding. I want something small. I want it to be burnt orange. I bought burnt orange for your wedding. Burnt orange. Do you know how hard burnt orange is? I'm screaming. I bought burnt orange. And she decided to say, it's a small family event. We're just going to invite your parents. I didn't even go to a bloody wedding. You made me buy burnt orange. Do you even know what burnt orange is?
Makara shock.
I have a burnt orange dress. Why am I wearing burnt orange?
And you didn't go?
No, because I was not mature enough to attend her wedding. But I was mature enough to come up with the color scheme.
So...
I'm touched. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, this is me upset.
So all these things come with adulthood?
They come with adulthood. They will not tell you that. Why am I wearing burnt orange?
Gob, you're right about this. Is it possible to pee?
To pee? No, you're not going to the bathroom. We're wrapping up or winding up.
We can do this.
Stop drinking beer on the podcast. You know, we're a self-funding, low-budget podcast. Yeah. And then the other thing, while we're wrapping up, that they don't tell you about, like, adulthood is when you get your first house. Bills don't pay themselves. Have I heard when the Kama thing starts, ting, ting, Kazesko.
Reverse.
Kazesko.
The canter is reversing.
Ting, ting.
But
ting,
Appa,
ting.
it's the load shedding saved us.
It's helped, ka?
It's helped us. There was a time we stayed 3 months. No Gurako Malite. I never got a single request at Balungu Malite Appa. Nothing. 3 months.
3 months.
Units were on 5. Yeah, because it was erratic in my area. Power would only come for 2 hours. And I don't know the genius behind the load shedding schedule at Zesco, but Guy would give us power from 2 to 4. I don't know what people are doing around that time. You see?
That's a schedule we're still on us.
Serious?
Yeah.
For 2 hours
3 months.
In a day. And then, man, I think that's the only bill that I can say, okay, yeah, we haven't even touched it. But water, there was a time also water went. But even when water went, Benzobuera, konko, akabiukan. Which water are you talking about?
What are we using?
Look at the land, it's dry.
Water ni wopusa. Water walibe chigurizano.
They come during lunchtime.
I've spoken to you.
When you're checking your mini meal bag, ubunga na bupwa, water baisa. They've got terrible timing, these people. So they want you to feel the pressure. Voku jauribe. Mans na often call it. Oh man. Okay. So now you have to sort out man. Adulthood. Like you have to pay subscription to be alive.
Exactly. There's so many subscriptions for everything. Netflix. If you want to watch TV, you have to pay. Chan?
You guys who come on, I don't watch.
Oh, by the way, you need to hook me up after this, eh?
Okay, well.
That's your business. It's working.
It's giving the problems, but yes, obviously. I'll sort you out.
99 jobs,
no, wherever money is coming from.
You can?
That the same 70 kwacha, obviously. Sort out something.
Put something.
So there's that. There's streaming services, guys. I got you. Wherever from my Spotify, my channel, I got you.
Wait, I need to say thank you to people. There's so this girl, she complained and talked about how there was this sugar daddy who's been trying to sleep with her. and she's 19 years old, and she did not want to sleep with him. And everyone is like, oh no, I shared the story, right? She's like, she needs motivation not to sleep with him or not to be wanted because she doesn't want to be part of the statistics of young girls sleeping with young thing. And the people on the page, shout out to Still Relatable. You guys, even though you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel,
Wakuma drink bunch.
you can't afford them. This girl had a bill of 7,400. As we speak right now, I think we've reached the target, and she's gonna pay her bill in full, and she'll have enough for pocket money, and she's writing her exams on Monday. So shout out to everybody. For now, I'm not going to put her on the spot, but this is the last donation I'll get. Shout out to Mercy Chisashi, who's given a very good contribution. We're keeping girls off the streets.
Mercy who?
Mercy Chisash.
Cheers.
Chisash.
Mercy.
This is for Mercy.
Where does she stay? Cheers.
She's not that kind of person. So shout out to a lot of people who have come through. And those are things that, the thing is also what I get irritated about. In Kanyama soft life treatment, where these girls in the Matusas, I don't know if I should call them Matusas, like Matupin babes, they feel like it's all about the soft life treatment. They want men to come on board and pay their bills. They want men to handle everything. They're just there because they're pretty.
There's a narrative being set.
You've heard about it, you've seen it, right?
That's the problem.
It's about Matitana to Mataf owns.
These things, TikTok or social media, it's feeding people lies.
Soft life.
Not everything you see on the internet is true or real. Some of us know these people personally, and they're putting you in so much pressure. You feel that's how life should be. But on Facebook or just any platform, if you're Congola, the wig is for borrowing, the phone is not hers. The cars they're opposing are not theirs, they hired stuff. But now that's them, that's the standard they've set. It's to put people under pressure.
Yeah.
You see, so it's women being emulating lies. Like, okay, no, these people, and that's where depression is coming from also. You're depressed for nothing.
Pressure.
Take life slowly by slowly. If you're a Ptamo, it's not that they will be there forever. As long as you're working towards your goals, something somehow will come up. You see? Instead of you following or based on things that you are seeing from strangers on the internet.
Exactly.
People lie all the time. Me, I can go to DAP. I look for my nice clothes. I go in the changing room. I take photos. I post. Had a great time, Shanshani. I obviously won't show location or Shani. I can go to a hotel with borrowed clothes. Pretend that I'm happy. Nasunga kona katuzare. Nashita monankane. I'm a cocktail, I'm a Shani. But I'm also suffering. But there's a certain lifestyle I'm trying to portray to the world.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening now. Adulthood comes with a lot of pressure. So Batupin are getting infected. They are going through so many things.
Like, you are a student. You're not on res. You're renting an apartment in Ibex. And you're paying 5 pin a month. Hi, Habibi. Like,
very inspirational, huh?
It's not. Because at the end of the day, you have got your peers who are also trying to compete with that lifestyle, and they might not know what you're doing to stay safe, and they fall in the wrong thing. Next thing you know, like, even us we are, I can call us micro influencers. We're not big like that, but you look at the other people around us, like, there are these kids who they've come from a place where they were not privileged, and they feel like they need to prove a point. And they're hooking up with these men who are not good, in circles that are just there to abuse them.
That's it.
And then they're like, oh, because then I can take videos on Instagram and they can see that I've made it. Like, innocent little girls, where you look at them, you're like, baby, you are too young to go through this. And the worst thing I'm going to tell young girls today, I will be honest, One thing these men are not going to tell you, the men who are after you, these are men who are rejects from the millennial era. These are men who have failed to make an impression on women our age. They are going to you not because you are mature, but because you are so gullible, you think that what they offer to you is something that's good. These are men who people my age are not looking twice at. And you are there receiving them because they are giving you promises. They are absentee baby daddies. They are absentee parents in their children's lives. They are people who have failed at their relationships, at their marriages, and they're looking for a second chance. And they're deciding to then get your innocence for their benefit, and you think that you have made it. You come on this Facebook, social media, TikTok streets and say, oh, you're just bitter because I got a man. Those are men we do not want. Those are men we do not need in our beds. And they are taking advantage of you because you need a way out of your poverty. And you are not smart enough to understand that they're there to just take from you and not actually give back to you the way you deserve to be valued.
Preach.
So do not be out there talking about, oh, we are getting your men. Nigga, we don't want those men. And they know we don't want them. So be smart, be forthcoming, work on yourself, build your legacy. There are more opportunities for young girls now than there have ever been for us. We walked so your ass could run. Take advantage of this opportunity and do something that's good for you so you do not have to depend on a man with 2 children to feel that you're special. I felt that I needed to say this to a girl out there who feels like they are winning a race where there is nobody competing with them. I'm sorry it's brutal, but it's something that I have to tell you. These are the men, these are the crumbs we do not want. And they are there for you because they are older, they seem wiser. They are not. They're just there to give you loose change and to swende.
That's it.
You have really introduced me to the word to swende. I'm sorry if I was mean, but at the end of the day, that's the truth.
No, you have spoken the truth.
It is, right?
Now,
Revelations 26:25. He with an ear, let him hear.
Exactly.
I might be wrong on the quotation, but it is in Revelation.
Sweetie pie.
It's been good.
It's been good.
They
needed to hear that.
I feel like I've talked a lot today.
And you have, and it was a good thing.
Adulthood na scam.
Kwamana.
Don't rush to get to where we are if you are not ready. Even bicycles have bloody training wheels. You need to use the training wheels, then you get rid of the training wheels, and then you get on your 2-wheeler and do what you have to. Do not rush. This world is not for the weak. If these girls who just want men to take care of them,
they shouldn't stay. But just even when you have these men take care of you, make sure you're channeling those resources to sensible things.
Smart.
Don't just wig, iPhone, shani. All the money that they've given you, you have sweated, you have struggled, and then you take all your monies to something that's not beneficial. Invest in a business. I'm not encouraging prostitution, but if you are in that business, make sure you invest in something. Instead of buying a wig, invest in wigs that you can resell.
Yes.
Do you get me, fam?
You're not coming, but you're also broke.
Sweetheart.
Wow, I'm sorry. That is a bad quotation. But I think this has been amazing.
It has. It's another topic that we actually needed to touch.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping our colleagues have picked one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the other thing before we go, financial literacy. That is something that we need to take advantage of. You need to learn and understand what financial literacy is so you make the right decisions. Me, when I was 18, my mother gifted me a book called What They Did Not Teach Me in School. Mm-hmm. It's a book on financial literacy. I read it. She gave me at 18. I read it at 34.
That should be discussed extensively. Because this
financial literacy,
it's something that's not discussed in school. We don't have that in our curriculum. I don't know about now.
Wow.
But in my time,
maybe.
It's just bookkeeping, and then I just learned how to balance, brought forward and whatnot. But
has it helped you?
No. There's so many things that haven't helped me, but balance, brought forward, history, how Henry Morton Stanley met David Livingstone. Anyway,
that is very important. It is a sociological, educational point when you go to parties with white people.
He discovered something that was already there.
No, Henry Stanley.
No, I'm not discussing that man.
Meeting Livingstone.
Shout out to Livingstone.
At Ujiji.
I remember
everything. Have I helped you?
Huh?
That's Ujiji.
I almost named... no.
Oh my God. No! From us, it's cheers and...
Guys, we'll see you next week.
The next one. Make good decisions. Cheers. Again. How long has it been? 1 hour 45. They're lasting longer links.
Hey. Chopuz it.